Motorcycling world continues to evolve and grow, and these 10 motorcycles are proof almost any motorcycle will make the angels sing when you go for a ride, because two-wheelers are of course perfect transportation and entertainment and therapy and exercise and sport and a lot more. But the 10 best bikes of 2017 bring even more to the road and to us than all of that. They push the boundaries, they make riding more accessible and fun, and they advance the riding world in ways their predecessors did not. Some are expensive and low volume. Others don't cost much and sell in the thousands. All are the best you can get in 2017. Best Superbike, BMW HP4 Race. In a world of superbikes, the BMW HP4 Race takes it a step beyond. It is in many ways more exotic than those machines raced at the pinnacle of the sport and world superbike. The 377-pound HP4 Race weighs, for example, only 7 pounds more than the world superbike class minimum weight limit, and that's with a full tank of fuel. Such is the glory of the bike's carbon fiber frame, swing arm, and wheels. But the finest components complete this beautiful track-only machine: an Öhlins FGR 300 fork and TTX 36 GP shock, Brembo GP4 PR monoblock brake calipers, and Ford Pankel rods in an engine that is claimed to make 215 horsepower. Some things are too fantastic to be common. The HP4 Race is one of those things. Open Class Street Bike, Yamaha YZF-R1. YZF-R1 makes it to the list for the third time. It has the best combination of outright performance and rideability in the leader sport bike class. It doesn't hurt that its sublime cross-plane 4-cylinder engine makes some of the finest combustion-based music the world has ever heard. About the only thing you might complain about is its racy riding position, but considering what this bike gives you in dynamic capability, you will lean in with a smile every time you ride on road or track. Best Middleweight Street Bike, Triumph Street RRR. When the new Triumph first made it back to the US market in the 1990s, the British company's first step in life was to establish itself as a legitimate modern motorcycle manufacturer, not some retro-flogging nostalgia brand. Naked bikes like the Street RRR came to perfectly embody the modern spirit of the brand. And while it's true the larger speed triple define modern Triumph, it is the light, agile, and accessible Street RRR with its newly enlarged 765cc inline 3-cylinder that perfectly expresses the qualities of a modern middleweight street bike in 2017. Best Lightweight Street Bike, Honda Rebel 500. A person at a very large American motorcycle company once famously said back in the original Rebel's heyday that it didn't need to build an entry-level cruiser because Honda was doing it for them. Well, in 2017, Honda is still building great entry-level cruisers. Witness the Honda Rebel 500, one of the most accessible, fun, and easy-to-ride lightweight motorcycles on the market. It also happens to be eminently affordable and perhaps the coolest Japanese cruiser you can buy. Make that the coolest 500 cruisers you can buy and a great way to get started riding. Best Standard, Aprilia Twinel V4 1100RR. One doesn't necessarily expect the deepest inspiration in the standard category. Utility, sure. Flexibility, definitely. Comfort, without doubt. And the Aprilia Twinel V4RR has a surprisingly strong expression of those qualities, but it is also one of the most inspiring all-around motorcycles ever to burn high octane. Start with the brilliant engine that makes sound and power to rank it among the best of all time. Add in a supernatural chassis and great electronics, and no matter how you ride you will find two-wheel joy. Every moment riding the Aprilia Twinel V4RR is a peak moment. It's the not standard. Best Touring Bike, Harley-Davidson Road King Special. We picked the Road King Special here for being the absolutely coolest bike with bags to ever roll down American highways, but also as the avatar for the whole Harley-Davidson Milwaukee 8-powered touring lineup. From the top-of-the-line CVO Ultra with twin-cool 114 Milwaukee 8 all the way down to the stripped and stretched Road King pictured here, Harley-Davidson made smoother, more flexible, more powerful engines, and couple this with chassis updates that improved ride and handling. Not the fastest means for eating massive amounts of highway, but one of the most pleasurable and comfortable. These are motorcycles that make the journey as much spiritual as it is physical. Best Adventure Bike, KTM 1090 Adventure R. Leave it to KTM as the company pushes ever farther with its adventure bike lineup. It also knows when to dial it back. As much as we have loved and lauded bikes like the 1290 Super Adventure, this year it's the lighter, friendlier 1090 Adventure R that takes the prize. Only KTM has succeeded in building an adventure bike that can burn up highway miles like a tourer, yet in the dirt works exactly how you'd expect a leader-class enduro bike to perform. Great fuel range, excellent ergonomics, perfect power delivery, and excellent electronic rider aids work on a truly exceptional mechanical package. The 1090 Adventure R hits a sweet spot that somehow covers super slab and single-track trail. Best Motocrosser, Honda CRF 450R. Balance has always been a fundamental tenet of Honda's design philosophy, but the 2017 CRF 450R takes it to a new level for the company's motocrossers. All new for the first time in 5 years, this complete redesign gave the bike the slim feel and excellent ergonomics. Suspension, and a great new spring fork, is compliant and controlled on jump landings and rough chop for expert riders while being easy for the average person to dial in. The CRF is deceptively fast thanks to broad, tractable power, and the switchable ignition maps widen its adaptability. It works as a complete, well-rounded package with, yes, an incredible level of balance. Best Dual Sport Enduro, KTM 500 EXCF. Other manufacturers have built very good single-track ready dual sport bikes, but KTM just keeps on crushing it with the EXCF line, particularly the 500. What brought the EXCF back to the top? Was it the improved throttle response and power, or the more than 10-pound drop in dry weight? The improved suspension? The high-quality components? Yes, it was all of this. Every pound dropped informs this bike's every move. Why? It even makes it easier to pick up. The KTM 500 EXCF isn't just the best dual sport bike ever made. It's one of the finest enduro bikes in the world. Best Cruiser, Triumph Bonneville Bobber. Triumph will tell you that the Bonneville Bobber isn't a cruiser. Purists will tell you it isn't a bobber. We'll leave the semantic arguments to others. The Bonneville Bobber is a beautiful motorcycle. It sounds wonderful, and its 1,200 cc's parallel twin makes the kind of elemental torque and low-wah music that never gets old. And despite its laid-back cruisy nature, it is a great handling motorcycle that works surprisingly well on a winding road. We could call it the best good-looking fun-to-ride motorcycle with minimalist retro styling made for cruising and inspired by bobbers, but we'll just stick with Best Cruiser and let other people argue about it while we go riding.